The hope, aspirations, and belief of one nation lies in the hand of 23 men that have been selected by the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Chelle. And the man has selected these men because he believes in them to deliver and turn the tide against the storm. Welcome to my channel this wonderful day. My name is AY Sugar. I talk African football, European football, world football, and I also do vlogging on this particular channel. I travel a lot and I've been in the business for over 2 decades talking sports and being a total digital content creator. Now let's quickly go straight into the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria and look at the 23 men that have been selected to do the job. The man trusts them and he believes they can deliver and change things for Nigeria Super Eagles. Nigeria have not won any home game in this particular campaign and it is worrisome. Of course, at a particular fortress, you will talk about the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. We've won games there, we conquered nations, but now we're struggling to even win a game after about 6 games already played in these qualifiers. Let's quickly go straight up into the list. Without further ado, now goalkeepers selected by Eric Chelle includes Stanley Nwabali, earlier feared to have been injured, but he actually has bounced back, which is good. Plays for Chippa United, is the number 1 for Nigeria. We have Amas Obasoje of Singida Black Stars in Tanzania. We have Adele Adebayo, who has made a superb return to the Super Eagles. In the defense department, we have William Ekong, captain of the Super Eagles, who plays for Al Khulud of Saudi Arabia. Calvin Bassey of Fulham, England. We have Olaoluwa Aina of Nottingham Forest. Bright Osai Samuel of Birmingham City. We have Bright Onyemechi of Olympiacos of Greece. Chidozie Awaze, who makes a return back into this team after about a year or so. Then we have Felix Agu of Werder Bremen and Benjamin Fredericks of Dender FC of Belgium. Benjamin Fredericks made his debut in the game against Jamaica at the Unity Cup, played in May. Then we have defenders, we have midfielders. Alexander Iwobi, one of the most capped players of the Super Eagles, plays for Fulham FC of England. Frank Onyeka of Brentford FC of England. We have Wilfred Ndidi of Besiktas of Turkey. We have Fisayo Dele Bashiru of Lazio FC of Italy. We have Rafael Onyedika of Club Brugge of Belgium and Christantus Uche of Getafe, Spain. Up front for Nigeria, the forward department, we have Ademola Lookman, the current Africa Player of the Year. He plays for Atalanta FC of Italy. We have Samuel Chukwueze of AC Milan of Italy. We have Victor Osimhen of Galatasaray. We have Simon Moses of Paris FC. Cyril Dessers, for the very first time, is in a final list for Nigeria after his amazing performance against Ghana and, of course, Jamaica in the Unity Cup. Good one for Cyril. It's the first time Cyril has been called up in any competitive game for Nigeria. And completing the numbers will be Tolu Arokodare of Gong FC of Belgium. Now, well, I hope to hear from you in the comment section. Let me hear what you think about the list of players selected by Eric Chelle. But let's take a look at the players. And I want to say, well, Chelle knows his players now. I haven't been with them for a number of months now. Played Unity Cup with some new ones. And he has stayed around to see. No home-based player made this particular list. So I'm sure maybe you'll give them time in the future. But for now, it's serious business. And he has selected these players. He believes that they can do the work. If you look at all the departments, goalkeeping department, Stanley Nwabali certainly should be the man that would lead the pack. As the most senior goalkeeper there. Then William Ekong, of course, he brings leadership into the team. Calvin Bassey is solid. He understands African football better now. Olaoluwa Aina, of course, the man himself will always stand out. Bright Osai Samuel also has gone to England, which is a good place also for him. He's an English boy. Bruno Yemechi, who is solid in that left wing back for Nigeria. Chidozie Awaze brings a lot of experience in that defense. And what we may be missing from Semi Ajayi, who is out injured, Chidozie will bring it into that team. He can also play as versatile player that he is. He can play, you know, at right back in case of anything. He can play as centre back where he plays for Nantes. So definitely I trust him. He's been around for a while. He's very experienced and he's solid. So I'm sure that defense, we should not have any problem, you know, in that defense line, because it has cost us in the past. Felix Agu, yes, we saw him play, you know, for Nigeria in the Unity Cup, and it was good to see him play, and it's good to have him, and definitely will bring competition in that defense line for Nigeria, especially the left wing back position. And we have Benjamin, new kid on the block, Frederick. Yes, Benjamin Frederick stood very tall, you know, against Jamaica at the Unity Cup. It was his debut, and he shone like millions of stars. So that's very good that Eric Chelle, you know, invited him, and of course have him in his final 23. In the midfield, well, a lot of people are already talking, you know, looking at what the plan may be in that midfield. That midfield is a very important part of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Alex Iwobi brings, you know, versatility, brings experience, you know, and Alex has been around, over 80 caps for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But combining Alex, Onyeka, Wilfred Fisayo, and Rafael and Christantus Uche. Now, combining them would really be that work that Eric will put in, you know, getting the right mixture of, you know, the players that would be the anchor men, that would dictate the pace, that would help us to settle, you know, when you talk about the DM, defensive midfield position, and of course the central midfield, you know, that understands, that can read the game, and that can, you know, turn it on its head and make Nigeria dominate the game, and not just dominate, you know, but be very potent up front. And I know Fisayo is good to have him back. He was not part of the party in March, so Fisayo is back in the team. So I know that he will bring that solidity up front for Nigeria in the middle. That's the central midfield position. But he would have to also fight it out with others in the middle of the pack. The combination really would matter to get the right rhythm, to get the right, you know, momentum going forward. You know, I hope he selects the right players. I know, like I said, he knows these players very well, better now than before. So I'm sure we'll get the right combination, and hopefully we'll have the better luck on the night, the nights of the games that we're going to be playing. We also have the attack. Ademola Lookman has not been settled, you know, because of his transfer issues regarding, you know, unsettled conversations he's been having with Atalanta. You know, he wants to leave, and 2 weeks ago there were back and forth brawl and conversations between himself and the club. You know, he's still not sorted that out yet, but the coach, I'm sure, must have spoken to him and will say, okay, yes, Ademola is in the right frame of mind mentally, you know, to help lead Nigeria's attack alongside Victor Osimhen, you know, to ensure that we get all maximum 6 points in these two make-or-mark games. So Ademola Lookman is there. Samuel Chukwueze is also about exiting AC Milan. Is expected to join Fulham. Hopefully that sails through. Well, we know what he can do on a good day. So we saw the role he actually played at the Unity Cup. Will Chelle give him that role again? We saw him in the middle, playing more or less like a number 10, you know, and we don't know what the plan is. We will see, you know, when they start arriving, and the trainings and the conversations and the videos they'll be watching, and what kind of, you know, setup he wants to use to prosecute these games. Having also studied Rwanda, we've played them a couple of times now. I should know better. Of course, we won them away at the Mahoro Stadium, so we'll see what will happen in this one. Then Victor Osimhen, on a good day, you know what he brings to the table. Victor Osimhen is that potent forward man that would deliver for you any good day. Simon Moses, experience, one of the leaders of the team, definitely a workaholic, a great player. Cyril Dessas, I'm happy, you know, because he brings maturity, brings experience, he brings calmness, he brings a different type of attacker that he is. So that's another choice for Eric Chelle up front for Nigeria. And we have Tolu Arokodare, who is also planning to move out of Genk all the way to the Premier League. Hopefully that also works out. We're going to be happy to have a lot of them in England. So Tolu also is that player that you can look up to in case things don't go as planned. He will always come in. We saw what he did, you know, in the 2 games he featured in We saw what he did at the Unity Cup. So I'm sure that's another option. The attack is so potent. It looks very good. So I hope that it turns out the way we want it. And well, it depends on what particular formation he intends to use. Well, we will not suggest, but we believe that he knows what he's doing, and he would want to execute rightly. And of course, it turns out to be a lucky night, or lucky nights, so to speak, for us. I don't like talking about this formations and all that, because I believe the coach understands what he needs to do, and he would get his acts right for the choices he makes, the selection on the night, and the kind of pattern they will play. What do you think about this particular list? I think it's a good list. I think that the players selected know what's at stake. I think that they've seen worse situations, and they've played in very difficult conditions, and I think they have the mentality to win these two games. Now, away from the list, let's talk about the bans still going on regarding Nigeria, pushing for FIFA's Disciplinary Committee to sit. I know that the NFF this week have sent a reminder to FIFA, and they are waiting, to hear from them. Just like I said after my research last week, which has generated a lot of comments, a lot of traffic on social media, has gone viral. Talking about the fact that the disciplinary committee have not said anything, and that Nigerians are very keen and interested. And the conversations or the questions have been asked. Lesotho did not report, they did not file any complaint, they didn't petition. So why is Nigeria bothering? The question will be thrown back to those asking. If it was okay, let's go back to when it affected Nigeria towards the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Algeria had nothing to contest for. And it wasn't as though even Algeria petitioned, I can't even remember, in 2017. But we had to still face the fine. It was Shehu Abdullahi that was found like he had 2 yellow cards already, and he was not supposed to play against Algeria. We ended playing that game 1-1 in Constantine. I was in that particular city for that game. And, we lost all 3 points when FIFA decided. We lost all 3 points to Algeria. And thank goodness we already had qualified. If not, it would have stopped us from, qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in that year. So why are we talking? The rules are the rules. Whether Lesotho reported or not, it doesn't really matter. The rules are the rules. You have to go by the books. If it was South Africa, that is involved in it, and they are an interested party in it, it didn't happen to them. Maybe Nigeria and another team, and we fielded a player that was found out to be ineligible. Will South Africa fold their hands and not contest it, or will not petition FIFA, or will not talk? That's the question that we should ask. And it can happen to any of the teams. So it's what is fair in football is fair to all. So we cannot now single out Nigeria. Why are we complaining? Why are we shouting? If it was you would also complain. And that's the way I see it. And it's not about whether Nigerians are raising eyebrow or shouting. We have to shout, of course. We know how important those 3 points are. In as much as we prepare right now to play the games that are lined up for us against the Amavubi's of Rwanda and the Bafana in Bloemfontein, we know definitely that qualifying, we need those points taken off South Africa, given to Lesotho, and let's fight it to the finish. Well, I don't know what you think. Let me hear from the comment section. Turn on the notification bell, because I'll be coming back to back with camp updates from the camp of the Super Eagles as they happen, as they hot. Definitely I'll drop them right here on this particular channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video. Don't forget to click on the like button also and share this video. I remain Sugar. AY Sugar, saying I'll see you in another one. Bye-bye.